Using PowerPoint with NVDA. Using PowerPoint with NVDA. What is up, everybody? The Quinn here, back with another awesome video for you. If your day hasn't been great so far, I bet this video will be a highlight to your day. So if you haven't guessed by the title, I'll be doing a series in which I'll be teaching you how to use PowerPoint with NVDA. In this series, I'll be teaching you the basic parts of the PowerPoint window, how to populate your slides, different formatting, and slideshow options. But first, you should know that I am using a Microsoft PowerPoint 2019 for this video. But I'm sure most of the keystrokes that I will be using will be able to use in other versions of Microsoft Office. But for this video, I will only be teaching you the different parts of the PowerPoint window and how to populate your slides. And then you'll learn the rest in the rest of the series. So let's get right into it. So first of all, you know you have to open Microsoft PowerPoint. So let's go to your Start window.
Start window, search box edit blank.
And start typing PowerPoint.
PowerPoint, app, press right to switch preview 1 of 4.
Then press enter.
PowerPoint, new grouping, featured list, blank presentation Alt, F, L1.
And right here, you can just press escape.
Slide 1, slide view.
Now, we are on slide 1. Now, in PowerPoint, if you didn't know, the first slide that it takes you on is your cover page by default. So what this slide will have is a title and a subtitle. Now, the way PowerPoint is set up is that it has text boxes for different sections of the PowerPoint. So it's not like Word when you just start typing. What you have to do is go to each text box and edit into each text box. But before we get into all of that, let's show you the different parts of the PowerPoint window. So there are 4 main parts to the PowerPoint window. The slide view, where you can edit the slide. A part at the top of the PowerPoint window which runs across the top, where you have the title and also the different menu ribbons, and then a part at the bottom which is the status bar, which also runs across, and a little window to the side of the screen which is your thumbnails. So firstly, the key to switch between the different parts of your PowerPoint window is F6. So let's press that and see what we hear.
Pane, status bar, notes button, notes.
So this is your status bar. Now, I must note to you that your status bar actually lists different things to do with the slide that you are actively on. So let's use our right arrow key to go through the status bar because it's a bar that runs across your screen. And let's hear what's in it.
Comments button, comments. Normal toggle button pressed, build and edit your presentation slide by slide. Work with slide thumbnails in one window pane, and edit the current slide in another. Slide sorter toggle button not pressed, see thumbnails of all the slides in your presentation to easily rearrange them. Reading view toggle button not pressed, slideshow toggle button not pressed, start the slideshow. Zoom out button, zoom out. Zoom in button, zoom in. Zoom 68% button, zoom level. Zoom to fit button, fit slide to current window. Notes button, notes.
And you'll see we're back to the start of the status bar. But one thing I must note before we come off the status bar, if you want to change what you want to appear on the status bar and what you don't want to be on the status bar, while selected on the status bar, you can just use your applications key and use your down arrow to go through that menu, and you can use your space bar to check or uncheck the different boxes based on if you want it to appear or if you don't want it to appear on the status bar. Now let's go to the next part of the window. F6 again.
Pane, ribbon tabs, tab control collapsed. Home tab Alt, H2 of 11.
So now this is your menu bar, and this is just like the Word interface, where you have your menu bar with the different tabs, the different categories that you go through, which will have the different options under them, which you can use to change different things on your slide. So let's use my right arrow to go through so you can hear the different categories in here.
Insert tab Alt, N3 of 11. Design tab Alt, G4 of 11. Transitions tab Alt, K5 of 11. Animations tab Alt, A6 of 11. Slideshow tab Alt, S7 of 11. Review tab Alt, R8 of 11. View tab Alt, W9 of 11. Help tab Alt, Y 10 of 11. Drawing tools grouping. Format tab Alt, Y, JD 11 of 11.
Okay, and that's it. One thing I must note though, with this you realize that it doesn't say Home tab selected or Insert tab selected. That means that if you want to go down into the options or the ribbons or one of these tabs, you have to enter on it first and then you use tab to go through. Another thing I must note before we move from the menu bars, you can actually access the menu bar without pressing the F6 key. A quick key to get to the menu bar is your Alt key, just like in the Word interface. But one more thing you should know, just like the status bar, most, not all, most of the things in your menu bar have to do with the slide that you are currently on, the active slide. But there are options in the menu bar in which you can choose to apply to all slides. So we're finished with the menu bar. Let's press F6 again to go to the next option.
Thumbnails. Slide 1 of 1.
Now we're in the thumbnail section. The keys to use to go through this section is your up and down arrows. Because it's not going across the screen, it's actually just a little box to itself to, I don't know which side of the screen, but it's on one of the sides of the screen. I think it's the left side if I can remember correctly. So the keys that you use to go through it is your up arrow and your down arrow, but we'll learn a little bit more about this box a little later on. So we're finished with learning the different parts of the window. Now we'll press F6 to go back to our slide view.
Slide 1 dash slide view.
So remember I told you before that the cover page is set up with a main title at the top, which is a text box for itself, and another text box at the bottom, which is for your subtitle. So the main title will say center title, and the box at the bottom would say subtitle. The key that you would use to move to these different text boxes is the tab key if you're going down the page, and if you want to go back up to the other box, you would use Shift Tab. So let's use tab.
Center title placeholder shape.
Now I want to put in the title for my slide. I won't just start typing. Remember, it's a text box, so it's like an edit field. So if I want to edit it, what I'd have to use is my enter key.
Edit multi-line blank.
And now let me type in my title.
Caps lock on. Caps lock A M A I C A.
And now I'm finished typing in my title. Now what you would do to exit this text box is press your escape key.
Center title placeholder shape Jamaica.
Alright, now I want to put in my subtitle. So I'll press tab to go down to the subtitle text box.
Subtitle placeholder shape.
And then I'll press enter to edit it.
Edit multi-line blank.
Now let me type in my subtitle.
THE space LAND space OF space WOOD space AND space WATER.
Then press escape.
Subtitle placeholder shape The Land of Wood and Water.
One thing I must note, if you want to actually change something that you did already type into the text box, all you do is press your enter key to go back into the text box, and it will directly place your cursor to the start of the text box, so before all of that text. So you would use your normal cursor navigation keys to go to wherever you want to edit it, and then escape out of that box again. Now to the next part, and I must say, you must make sure that you are out of all text boxes before using this keystroke, or it will not work. This is the keystroke to create a new slide, because we don't just want a cover page, we also want different slides as well. So there is a long way, which I'll show you later on, but there's a shorter way to do it, to create a new slide. What you can do is use the keystroke Ctrl+M, M as in mouse.
Slide 2 dash slide view.
And you realize it creates a new slide. Now with this slide, it doesn't have center title and then subtitle because it's not a cover page. It's just a blank slide. What this slide has now is just a title at the top and then a text box at the bottom, which allows you to type in any text or insert anything that you want to do with the slide. So let me tap through these two boxes that you hear.
Title placeholder shape.
And then again.
Object placeholder shape.
Okay, now let's edit my title and my object.
Title placeholder shape.
So let's edit the title, enter.
Edit multi-line blank. Caps lock caps O C A T I O N. Title placeholder shape location.
Okay, and I escaped out of that box. Now let's tab down to the next box.
Object placeholder shape.
Enter to edit.
Edit multi-line bullet blank. I-T space I-S space L-O-C-A-T-E-D space I-N space T-H-E space Z-A-R-I-E-E-A-N. Object placeholder shape. It is located in the Caribbean.
And I'm finished editing this slide. Now let's create one more slide because I have something else that I want to show you. So Ctrl+M.
Slide 3 dash slide view.
Let's edit my title.
Title placeholder shape. Edit multi-line blank. Caps lock caps O-P-U-L-A-T-I-O-N. Title placeholder shape. Population.
Then let's edit my object field.
Object placeholder shape. Edit multi-line bold A-P-P-R-O F-I-M-A-T-E-L Y space 3 space M-I-L-L-I-O-N space P-W-O-O-W-E-O-P-L-E.
Then escape.
Object placeholder shape. Approximately 3 million people.
Okay, and now I am finished with my slides. Now there are a few quick keystrokes I want to show you guys before I show you the long way, which you will do in the thumbnails window. Before you do these keystrokes though, you have to make sure that you are exited out of all text boxes. So make sure you're not currently editing in a text box or it won't work. The first keystroke I want to show you guys is the page up keystroke. What the page up keystroke does is moves you to the previous slide. So let's press it.
Slide 2 left paren, location right paren, dash slide view.
Realize it moves us to slide 2. And if I press it again.
Slide 1 left paren, Jamaica right paren, dash slide view.
And as you would have guessed, the page down button does the opposite of the page up. So it would bring you to the next slide in your PowerPoint. So let's press it.
Slide 2 left paren, location right paren, dash slide view. Slide 3 left paren, population right paren, dash slide view.
And then you can edit the slides as you so desire. A next quick keystroke. What if you have like 50 slides in this PowerPoint and you don't want to be going through one by each slide? There is a quick keystroke to get to the first slide, and that key is, yes, you guessed it, the home key. So let's press home.
Slide 1 left paren, Jamaica right paren, dash slide view.
And the end key does the opposite. It brings you to the last slide.
Slide 3 left paren, population right paren, dash slide view.
And there you go. But there's also one more quick keystroke before we get to the thumbnail section. In order to duplicate a slide, even though I don't know why you would want to, but to duplicate a slide, you have a quick keystroke which is Ctrl+Shift+D. So I'm currently on slide 3, which speaks about the population. Let me use the Ctrl+Shift+D keystroke and see what happens.
Slide 4 left paren, population right paren, dash slide view.
You realize it creates a duplicate. And that is it for this part of the tutorial. Now let us go back to the thumbnail part of the window. So press F6.
Status bar ribbon tabs tab control, thumbnails. Slide 4 left paren, population right paren, 4 of 4.
So you realize that once we moved over to the thumbnails tab, the slide that you are currently selected on in the slide view will be the slide that you will be selected on in the thumbnails part. And what I said before is that you can use your up and down arrow keys to go through the thumbnails.
Slide 3 left paren, population right paren, 3 of 3.
I just pressed my up arrow, so now I'm up by slide 3. But now some quick keystrokes in here as well. Remember I created a duplicate slide, but I don't want that slide anymore. I want to delete it. Now you can use the long way by going to that slide. So let me go to slide 4.
Slide 4 left paren, population right paren, 4 of 4.
And then press your applications key.
Remove the selection and put it on the clipboard so you can paste it somewhere else. T.
Now let me show you different options that you can get out of the context menu.
Put a copy of the selection on the clipboard so you can paste it somewhere else. C. New slide, add a new slide master to the presentation. N.
I'm using my down arrow to go through this window, by the way.
Duplicate slide A. Delete slide D.
So I would use this delete button to delete the slide.
Add a section to your presentation. A. Layout collapse, change the layout of your slide. L. Reset slide, reset the position, size, and formatting of the slide placeholders to their default settings. R.
And you would use this button if you change up a lot of formatting and all of that stuff and you just want a whole new reset.
Format background. Fine-tune the formatting for your background or hide design elements from the current design. B. Photo album. Unavailable. P. Hide slide not checked. Hide the current slide so that it won't appear when you're presenting. H. New comment. Add a note about this part of the document. M. Cut. Remove the selection and put it on the clipboard so you can paste it somewhere else. T.
And we're back to the top of this list. So as you can see, you can go through this list and whatever you want to do, whether you want it to be cutting the slide or pasting another slide or duplicating it or making a new slide, to go the long way, you can use the applications key on any one of the slides to do your option. One thing you should note though, when you are pasting or inserting a new slide, it will always do it below the slide that you are currently selected on. So if you're pasting a slide and you're selected on slide 3, it would paste that into slide 4. But let me show you some quick shortcuts in this menu. So let's escape out of the context menu.
Thumbnails. Slide 4 left paren. Population right paren. 4 of 4.
So I'm on the slide 4 that I did not want. To quickly delete this, I can just use my delete key.
Slide 3 left paren. Population right paren. 3 of 3.
And you realize it says 3 of 3, so slide 4 is completely gone. Another keystroke you can use is Ctrl+C to copy a slide, Ctrl+V to paste, and Ctrl+X to cut. And that's about it for this first part of the tutorial. That was just the basic part of the PowerPoint. We're just wetting our feet in the water a little bit. And one thing I have to show you before we go. In order to save the PowerPoint, you can use the Ctrl+S keystroke, or you can just use the F12 key to go straight to the Save Dialog box. And that is it for this tutorial. I hope this tutorial was very helpful for you, and I want you to stay tuned for the rest of the series because we'll be getting into more fine details of how you can do different transitions, animations, inserting different stuff, different formatting, and last but not least, your slideshow settings and presenting your whole slideshow. So that's it. Hopefully this video has been helpful to you. If it has, be sure to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell to be alerted when I'll post the next video in this series. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on it. I'll see you guys next time.